Hey guys, welcome back to TCG Open. And by open, I mean we are opening up a new can of worms. We are looking into One Piece TCG. All right, let's get the holidays started and let's go. So we are taking a small break from Lorcana and we are going to be opening up and looking at One Piece. My first time ever going into this TCG. A couple of buddies of mine want to take a chance and start this. And I think my wallet just signed in its resignation letter. Anyways, so we're going to be looking at One Piece and we're going to start off with some starter decks. And today we have here the Monkey D. Luffy ST-26 starter deck. I'm not really sure how the colors work, but I think we'll get into that at some point in time. Let's crack this box open and take a look at what you get. All right, so here's the box. First of all, the animation and the manga and the drawing is absolutely stunning. This One Piece manga, actually, I haven't actually finished the entire thing, nor have I actually got very far in it. But hopefully one day I will be able to complete it and know all the characters. So let's take a look at the back. We have on the back, ready to play 50 card deck with 10 Dawn cards and 1 leader card. You also get a booster pack from OP11, and as of this writing, OP11 packs are going for $12 Canadian, which is quite insane, I think. In this specific deck, you're gonna get 7 commons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares, 2 super rares, and 1 leader card, plus that 10 deck, plus that booster pack. The front itself has Luffy on it, and this is again ST-26. I bought this one for $24.99 Canadian, which is still relatively okay. All the other sets seem to be getting pretty expensive. I tried this deck out on Straw Hat online, played against the computer just to get a feel for this deck, and I thought it was pretty fun. So let's take a look. Let's crack this open. We'll take a look at the cards in the pre-constructed deck first, and then we will look at the part everyone's waiting for, which is opening up packs. All right, let's go. So a couple of tape cards on this pack here. See if I can preserve this box. Okay, there we go. So inside here is a plastic insert, and let's pop it out. Ooh. It's a pretty thick deck. On the back, we have a play mat, which I think tells you the instructions of how to play. Game essentials, again, there's 1 leader card and a deck made of 50, and no deck contain more than 4 copies of the same card. And the Dawn card, which is kind of like the mana or the ink wells from Lorcana and Magic. So that's basically the wallet that you're using in this game. And taking a look here, just quickly open it up. Yeah, so it kind of explains to you in basics how this game starts: refresh phase, draw phase, dawn phase, the main phase, and then the end phase here, and then your opponent's turn. A couple of victory conditions is, I believe, if your leader has 0 life cards remaining, or the number of cards remaining in your opponent's deck reaches 0. So that's kind of just the idea of how to play, and I think we'll get to that some other day. So here's the actual deck, the play mat that you can use just to help you remember how to play this game. It's kind of big, might not fit here, but here, let me show you on the big screen. There. All right, let's put this aside and take a look at the actual deck. So here we have the pre-constructed deck right here, and ooh, we have this mashed up deck, this booster pack right here behind it. Hopefully nothing is damaged, but we'll see, we'll find out. Okay, so let's put this on the side and let's take a look at this package here. So it's a very thick deck for 50 or 60 cards. So the packaging itself, oh, there's a little pull tab right here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but look for that to help you out. You just kind of peel it, there we go. Pop it open. So we're gonna have a game night with the guys to see how we do with One Piece. All right, let's take it out and take a quick look at some of these cards. To be honest, I don't really know all the cards very well, so correct me if I'm wrong, leave a comment. So this is our leader card, which is Luffy, and this is such an awesome card itself already. So, awesome card. Start off with 4 life, and here's the back card. It's red to denote the leader. And this one says for its ability, you can pay 1 Don and all of your characters gain 1 cost. So that's actually good if the opponent has some cards which target your characters, like removal, and your cards say cost 2 or less. Now they cost 3 or less, so they might not be able to be targeted by your opponent. So that's the benefit of having that ability there. And on your turn, once per turn, when 2 or more Dawn cards are on your field and return to your Dawn deck, you can add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active, meaning you can use it, and add an additional 1 Dawn card that is rested. So you're basically putting back 2 Dawn cards into play with 1 that's rested. All right, so that's awesome. Let's put it aside. And you know what? These cards look really nice compared to, say, Lorcana. I mean, Lorcana is in its own way really well because the IP is so iconic with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and so forth. OP instead, it's really about the artwork. I think it's really about the artwork. Let's take a look at this. This is Nico Robin, and you have 2 copies. And then you have another Luffy here. This is a 6 cost, 7k attack. So it's part of the Straw Hat crew. So I mean, if you are a veteran OP player, you probably know these cards already. But if you're like me and you're kind of just starting out, it's kind of nice to kind of enjoy the artwork and kind of understand the mechanic first. So this is Soba Mask. If you have Sangaru or Sanji, a character with 7,000 base power or more, give this card in your hand -5 cost, so it only costs 2 to play, and on play return all of your Sangaru and Sanji card characters to the owner's hand. So we have how many of these? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have Tony Chopper. Really cool artwork. Let's take a look at it. The only criticism that I have of these cards is that the damn text is so small that it hurts my eyes to read it. And if you look carefully here, you can see the deck that it came from. So starter deck 26 is card number 2, and the little C there, using a magnifying glass, says is common. Basically, that's what it means. So you have 2 copies of that. You have General Frankie, which is a 10,000 base power, 8 cost. And again, this one's a common. So we're kind of trying to speed up here. And we have Sangaru, so that one can be used with Soba Mask that we saw earlier. And then there's also this thing here, counter plus 1,000. So I believe during the game, you can use the counter to block attacks. You have to sacrifice the card and put it into the trash. So that's what they're used for. And there's counter 1,000 and counter 2,000. So there's 4 copies of Sangaru. And you have Jinbe here. Awesome art, it looks really cool. Also, when you look here, if there's a star above the rarity, then it means that you have an alt art. That's something that I thought was a really cool way to identify it. So there's 4 copies of Jinbe. And then this is Fraud Nasuke. So 4 copies of that. We have Usopp. And I remember he has showed up in like the first couple of episodes of One Piece. The very first couple of episodes. So you have 4 copies of that. And then we have Nami here. You may return 1 or more Dawn cards from your field to your Dawn deck. So you can return 2 and activate Luffy's ability, the leader card, and give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to your leader or one of your characters. So 4 copies of Nami, and then we have Verona Zoro here. So this is a rare card if you look at the rarity symbol, and you get 4 copies of that. what I can tell you is that these cards are pretty good quality. I think they're pretty thick. If you look at the box, just bring it back out here. I believe it says manufactured in Japan right here, distributed by these companies. So cards coming out of Japan are generally higher quality. I don't think these are printed in this US. So this is Brook, one of the first black cards that we've seen, they're black colored. And this is also a common card. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this looks really cool. This looks like a manga written drawing. Gum Gum Lightning, it's an event. So probably like an action card from Lorcana. Let me see. You may return the specified number of Dawn cards from your field to your Dawn deck and KO up to one of your opponent's character with 6,000 power or less. And also has a trigger there. So that's really cool. So we have 4 copies of that one, I think it was. And then we have Gum Gum Giant, also another manga style card. And if your leader has the Straw Hat Crew type, up to one of your leader or character cards gain 4,000 power during this battle, and then you can draw 2 cards. So I think this deck here has a lot of draw power. There's a big draw engine involved, and the leader also allows you to draw or take Dawn cards back and forth into your Dawn deck, which is pretty cool, to really ramp up your game. So you get 4 copies of that, and then we have 10 Dawn cards here, which is used as your payment in the game, or the currency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's it. So that was the deck for the Luffy ST-26, which is a purple black deck, but as you saw, there was only one character that was black. All right, let's get into opening. This is OP 11. Let's take a look at what we get. This is the part we've all been waiting for, I know. Like, sure, the ST-26 deck, you can just take a look online and see what kind of cards there are and know immediately what there is. But everybody loves the randomness of cracking up packs. All right, let's take a look. I don't know the order of the rarity, if the rarities are put in the front or if it's just all the back. So let's take a look. We have Tapag, and excuse me if I got the names wrong. We have Top Knock Neptunian, this is a common. We have Fisher Tiger. Cards are slightly curved actually. Fisher Tiger, we have Smoker. Ain. Saldith. Blue Hole, this is also another kind of manga looking card, which is pretty cool. And then we have Uncommon Monkey D. Luffy, cool. And it's a blocker, so you can use it to block. And then we have a Uncommon Very Good. And moving into another Uncommon Kami. And we have, ooh, Carrot. It's cool, it's a shiny card. So this is a rare shiny card. I don't know if One Piece has a name for the shiny cards, but in Lorcana they're called cold foils or hollow foils. I'm not sure what OP calls them. And is there any more at the back? Ooh, this looks really cool. So this is Monkey D. Garp, and this is a secret rare. And it's an 8 cost, 8k power. On play, you may place 3 Navy type cards from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order, and give up to 1 rested Dawn card to one of your leaders. Then if there is a character with a cost of 9 or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less. Very powerful card, but whether or not it's easily played, I don't know. It's a pretty expensive card, but I have to say the shine on it is really cool. But I don't think I can use this one because this is, oh wait, this I think might be a black. Yeah, this is actually a black card, so you might be able to use it in the ST-26 deck. All right, so very nice, and that is the first opening I've ever done for One Piece and the first time I've ever delved into the One Piece game. Christmas is coming up, so it's going to be kind of a slow haul. Bear with me until Winter Spell comes up for Lorcana, but I will see if we like One Piece, and you might be seeing more content for One Piece in the future. And I will see you later. Have a good holiday, and if you see me earlier than that, that's great. See you later.